Either you're with us, either you love freedom and with nations which embrace freedom, or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear. I will continue to make that clear.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists, the terrorists, the terrorists, the terrorists, the terrorists, the terrorists.
By using fear as a leveraging rod in 2004, the Republican Party tried to convince American voters that their way was the only way, and the Democrats were with the so-called enemy. And no matter what, the Republicans did not want the citizenry to forget one day in history.
In the heart of this great city, we saw tragedy arrive on a quiet morning. September the 11th. September the 11th. September the 11th.
September 11th. September 11th. September 11th. September 11th. September 11th. September 11th.
September 11th, September 11th.
September 11th, September 11th.
September 11th, September 11th. September 11th, September 11th.
September 11th, September 11th, September 11th. September 11th, September 11th, September 11th. September 11th, September 11th, 2001.
This trend continued during the lead-up to the 2008 election. This time, Vice Presidential nominee Sarah Palin tried to imply that the U.S. states that supported the GOP were pro-America, and regions of the country that supported the Democrats were not.
For Governor Sarah Palin's comment about visiting pro-America parts of this country. Sarah Palin was in North Carolina last night addressing the crowd at a Republican fundraiser. She talked about the pro-America areas of the country, and we were able to get an audio recording of her comments. We want people to hear it in full. Let's listen.
We believe that the best of America is not all in Washington, D.C. We believe that the best of America is in these small towns that we get to visit and in these wonderful little pockets of what I call real America, being here with all of you, hardworking, very patriotic, very pro-America areas of this great nation. This is where we find the kindness and the goodness and the courage of everyday Americans.
The situation in America has become so ridiculous that we need to question whether our own representatives in government are pro-American or anti-American.
I'm focusing on Barack Obama and the people that he's been associated with.
But do you suspect that a lot of people you serve with,
their anti-American nature?
Well, he's a United States Senator from Illinois. He's one of the people you suspect as being anti-American. How many people in the Congress of the United States do you think are anti-American? You've already suspected Barack Obama. Is he alone or are there others? How many do you suspect of your colleagues as being anti-American?
What I would say is that the news media should do a penetrating expose and take a look. I wish they would.
We don't need the media. Anyone who takes a good look at the actions of the Congress over the past 3 decades will come to the conclusion that Congress is an anti-American institution. Religion is one of the most powerful dividers of all. Our history is comprised of thousands of years of wars and conflicts fought over differing religious beliefs. Beliefs that can't be proven today any more than they could in the past. Yet people have clung firmly to their faith, and the world is still full of conflicts over religion. The elite use this to their advantage, and when there isn't enough conflict, they will create conflict. The New York City Islamic Community Center is the latest example. With a midterm election just weeks away, it is a great distraction from the real issues America faces. In fact, if it were not for religion, there would be no discernible difference between the Republican and Democratic parties. Sure, the Republicans say they're for fiscal responsibility and limited government, but their actions prove they're full of shit. After all, George W. Bush spent more money than all presidents before him combined, and more than doubled the size of the federal government. The Democrats say they are for individual liberties and workers' rights, but nearly all of them voted for the Patriot Act, and they support the outsourcing of our jobs to China, Mexico, and other nations. For decades, Congress has batted faith-sensitive issues such as gay marriage and prayer in schools back and forth across the aisle. These are called wedge issues and are specifically tailored to create division. And one wedge issue has been a talking point in every political campaign for the past 40 years.
Certainly going to become very important is abortion. Abortion is a deeply moral issue. Abortions. 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 Abortion.
Has sex education.
Abortion.
Sex education of young children.
Abortion.
This bill is not about abortion. Abortion.
Barack Obama supports teaching sex education to kindergartners. And, which I didn't know what to tell him. But it's the right thing to do.
Abortions.
Gay marriage.
Abortion. Could have been aborted. Abortion.
Sex education, science-based sex education in the schools.
Gay marriage.
Civil unions, marriage.
Gay marriage.
If they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby.
And if they're not talking about abortion, there is another wedge issue that is just as divisive: prayer.
And dozens of lawmakers are lining up in support of 2 Florida school officials on trial for praying in the presence of students.
Prayer has been an important part of our country, and attempts to take prayer away from the American people are attempts to take away the essential freedoms that have been guaranteed to every American since the beginning of our United States Constitution.
Prohibiting prayer at school-sponsored events.
The potential for the criminalization of prayer in the United States of America.
Prayer offered among adults is illegal.
Prayer.
That prayer
To prohibit all employees from engaging in prayer or religious activities.
Prayer with students.
Criminal contempt for a prayer offered at a luncheon.
Why? Because one of them asked for the prayer.
About the only thing you can't find in our school today is prayer.
They were offering a prayer.
Prayer or religious activities.
To start our day with the prayer.
Now face criminal contempt charges for praying before a meal.
Prayer that she had written.
Prayer at any school-sponsored event.
May not encourage, discourage, or participate in prayer with students.
Trying to associate the school with prayer.
Why? Because one of them prayed.
Prayer that her husband read.
The only time you can hear God's name in school is when God's name is taken in vain.
For the simple act of engaging in prayer.
Country, there's a lot of prayer.
God bless America.
Innocent prayer said before a meal.
It's time for Americans to simply say, enough is enough.
It is time. Long past time. In fact, the First Amendment makes it clear that the Congress should not even be talking about religion, prayer, or gay marriage. If they want to keep their positions, our so-called representatives need to start doing their job. Address the record unemployment problem, end the wars, fix the economy, and repair America's crumbling infrastructure. Do we want to put religion back into government? After all, if the Catholic Church was still running things, we'd still believe the earth was flat and diseases were caused by evil spirits.